Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabriela Catano from CATANO GLAM, and this is CATANO GLAM English. I am extremely excited to do this video because I haven't shot a video for YouTube in a while, and it's the last video that I will be shooting for this channel in the year 2019, the end of a decade. I'm really excited. Thank you guys so much for being supporters. If you have subscribed already, thank you so much. And if you haven't, go ahead and click the subscription box so you can be a part of the CATANO GLAM family in the new year 2020. I created this New Year's Eve look, which I think is super fun and glam, and it's pretty easy to get it, so make sure that you stay tuned. Si quieren ver este video en español, recuerden que me pueden seguir en mi otro canal, CATANO GLAM. Before the new year ends, I want to let you guys know that one of my goals is to find a more stable studio setup for the new year so that I can create more content for you guys. But for now, if you want to see more content, you can go ahead and follow me on my Instagrams because I always post a ton over there. All right, I'm going to stop rambling and we're going to get on with this tutorial because at the end of the day, that's why you guys are here. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so we're going to get started with the eyes. For the English version of this tutorial, I'm going to be focusing on the left eye, which is the right eye on camera. And for the Spanish version, if you guys want to check it out, over on my other channel, CATANO GLAM, I'm going to be focusing on this side, but it's going to be the same exact look. And today I'm also using this mirror, which is super cute. Adrian gave it to me for Christmas, and I cannot wait to start using it in my videos. It does say CATANO GLAM, which is me, duh. So let's just get right into it. The first step, as usual, is to add some concealer. I always like to add concealer to my eyelids because it actually acts like a primer, and that way you guys don't have to go out and waste your money buying a bunch of different products. This one is actually the L'Oreal Full Wear Concealer in the shade Oatmeal. And I like to take a little beauty sponge. In this case, I'm using a beauty blender just to soak up whatever excess. And now, as you guys can see, my eyelid is no longer discolored because over here I feel like you can see more like veininess and just different colors, and here it's like a plain and perfect canvas to get started working on. So now I'm going to take the Aqua by Jessie Mineral Pressed Face Powder in the shade 07 and a Morphe M438 brush to just set that concealer that I just applied on my eyelid. I don't do this with every single look, guys, but because we are going to be doing a black smoky eye, I want to make sure that it is the same exact texture, pigment throughout the entire eye, and that there's nothing weird looking just because black is such a hard color to make look nice and smooth and perfect. These are the two eyeshadow palettes that I am going to be using today. This one is from Gwen Stefani and Urban Decay. This is an oldie but a goodie. I remember when this palette came out, everybody wanted to get their hands on it. It was totally sold out in Sephora. I could only get it online, and to be honest with you, I've only used it about 2 or 3 times, so let's just see what we can find in here to use. And the second palette that I'm going to be taking today to create this look is the Celestial Thunder palette from Dominique Cosmetics, and I did get it in a BoxyCharm box. If you guys don't know what BoxyCharm is, you can go ahead and click the description box to open it up, and there's a link that will take you directly to the BoxyCharm website. This isn't sponsored, but I just wanted to let you guys know that if you are interested, you can go ahead and click that link. I think this palette is beautiful. It has so many different colors, and I think we're going to be using this one, but let's not jump ahead and let's just get started with the transition shade. For a transition, I'm going to pick up this super light and cool tone brown called Zone from the Gwen Stefani Urban Decay palette. And I'm putting that right into the crease. As you guys can see, this palette does have pretty good pigment, but it also has some fallout, so always make sure to dust off the excess. And a little trick, if you guys don't know where your crease is, you can always look into the camera and kind of feel out with your finger where the ball, like your eyeball literally ends and the brow bone begins, and that's where your crease is. So sometimes people that have hooded eyes, or if your skin is a little bit more loose in that area, you can't really see your real crease, and you end up doing yourself a disservice by making your crease a lot smaller than what it really is. So that's just a little trick that I like to do. And I also like to raise my eyebrows like this so that I could really get into the middle and help stretch out the skin without actually doing it aggressively like with my finger. So because we are doing a black smoky eye, I want to go into a color for the crease that's going to make the crease way darker, give it a lot more definition, but not black necessarily. So I'm going to go in with this gray shade from the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette, and it is called Serious. And I'm taking a Crown Pro C512 brush to apply that. Definitely dust off the excess. And I'm going to begin putting this literally right into my crease, but focusing it more on my crease and not blowing it out so much like I did to the initial shade that we put. There are so many different ways of creating a smoky eye, but the key to creating one that really looks amazing is definitely blending So don't worry if it takes you a long time to get it the first time. So just keep blending and blending and blending until there are no harsh lines and everything seems nice and seamless. All right, so I think we reached a pretty good spot. I'm going back in with the brush that had that transition shade in the beginning, and without adding product, I am just blending it back and forth, making sure that there are no harsh lines between the gray and the cool tone brown. Now I'm gonna take the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill brush, the JH41, which as you guys can see is a totally flat brush, and I'm gonna apply the black. So you wanna start off by applying it directly to your eyelid, that space that doesn't have any shadow yet, and literally stamp it on. You don't wanna buff it out, and you want the darkest part to be closer to your lash line, so that's why I'm starting all the way down here. And then little by little, you can start dragging it out to the inner corners and to the outer corner. If you notice, the darkest part of the eye for me is always gonna be in the inside, so even when I'm dragging it to the outer edges, I'm not going this way, I'm still going in and just like going like that, and then stepping out a little further and then going back in, and then again further and going back in, if that makes sense. And then slowly but surely, with whatever is left over on the brush, start going upward. Again, from the top, dragging it down a little bit so that it looks nice and blended, and the darkest part is always gonna be right here closer to the lash line. Once you reach this part right here, which is kind of between the eyelid and the crease, you can start going a lot softer with your movements because you don't want it to be all of a sudden a black eye all the way up to your eyebrow. So actually I'm gonna stop it right there, and I'm gonna switch back to the crown brush without adding any product. Remember, this one had a little bit of that gray shade, and just start to blend out the black with the gray so that there are no harsh lines. And if you can tell, I'm holding the brush toward the end of the actual brush stick because that's gonna give you way less pressure. So when you're blending, it's not gonna be like a harsh blend, it's gonna be like a nice, soft, and seamless blend. Honestly, that looks like a perfect black smoky eye to me. I think it has the perfect amount of black, gray, and a little bit of brown to just diffuse the edges. And now we're gonna add a little bit of a finishing touch, make it fun and sparkly for the new year. So I'm actually gonna be using this rose gold skin mist from the brand Farsali. I also got this in a BoxyCharm box. So BoxyCharm is pretty cool, guys. And I am taking an Aesthetica C11 brush, and I'm just going to spray that. You guys can take whatever setting spray that you have, and I just want to make sure that the pigment of the shadow that we're going to use in a second is going to be like bam, really, really good. So this is a great trick to do so. And now I'm hopping into the Christine Dominique Cosmetics palette, and I am taking that shade that I told you guys I wanted to use, the Black Matter, dusting off any little excess, although once you spray the brush, there shouldn't really be a lot of fallout. And I'm going to put this right in the center of my eyelid, just kind of tapping it on. I'm not dragging it, I'm literally tapping it. That gives it a little bit of some dimension, and I think it makes it really nice because it's not just a black smoky eye, like now it has a little bit of life to it. So now I'm taking the Blackout Black Gel Liner from the brand Il Maquillage. I feel like Il Maquillage has some really cool makeup packaging and stuff. I actually have a lot of their products, but I don't use them as often. And I'm actually taking a Morphe M158 brush, which is from the Manny MUA and Morphe Favorites collection. I'm really excited to use this brush. It's an eyebrow brush, but honestly, look at how amazing this would be for eyeliner. It's the perfect angle brush, the perfect size. So I'm gonna create a cat eye using this brush and this liner. I like to look straight into my mirror or the camera and create that initial line showing, you know, either as high or as low or as to the side or angled as I want to make that cat eye look great. And then I can start to bring it in and create that little triangle shape and then start to fill it in. But to be honest, I think I'm gonna add a little bit of glitter because guys, it's New Year's and I'm CATANO GLAM. I love glitter, as you guys could tell with my big ol' hoop rhinestone earrings, the little glitter here. So let's add some more sparkle to this look. I'm gonna be taking the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Collection glitter liner in the shade Midnight Cowboy. It's one of my favorite shades. I love it because it has gold and silver little flecks of glitter in it, and it's actually a great and easy application because it already comes with this tiny little brush applicator. So I'm gonna put this in the inner corner of that liner, and I'm gonna do it to the outer corner on the bottom. And this is gonna help clean it up and pronounce that cat eye effect. I don't know if you guys could see that on camera, but I think it looks really cute in person. So now all I'm gonna do is pop on some lashes and complete the other eye on this side, and I will be right back. I'm back. Okay, so my face is pretty much done. I'm gonna add a little bit more highlight in just a second, but let's go ahead and complete the eye look because so far I am loving this New Year's Eve sleigh. So I'm gonna take a tiny little brush like this from Aesthetica Cosmetics, and I'm gonna add a little bit of the Il Maquillage gel liner to the lower lash line, or actually to the lower waterline. So I'm gonna be using these two super tiny detailed brushes to achieve the smoky part of the lower lash line. I'm first gonna take this light brown shade from the Gwen Stefani palette, and I am going to start just shading the lower lash line. And it's okay if it gets a little bit messy, just you wanna make sure you don't do it all the way down here, and that's why I'm using a super thin brush. Just back and forth, nice and buffed out. Now with the even tinier brush, we're going to apply a mix of the gray and the black shade from this palette. Always take off that excess, guys, always, especially if your face is done and you're using dark products. We do not want fallout. Okay, so now I really am gonna go in as close as I can to the waterline, not necessarily on the waterline, but like literally right where the lashes start. And I am just gonna slowly but surely begin to blend these shades out. Feel free to darken it up if you want, or to maybe leave it a little bit light, but I personally love this effect because it really captures the whole smokiness of the whole look, which is exactly what we're going for. And I'm gonna go back in with the brown and just carefully blend out a little more the outer or the bottom edges of what we just applied. And it's actually a misconception that this step is gonna make your eye a lot smaller because, to be honest with you, I haven't done any of that smokiness here, and this eye already looks bigger because this eye is a lot more smoked out. I feel like blowing it out like that really just makes your eye actually look bigger, and it helps finish up the look. I'm just adding a little bit of mascara on the bottom lashes to finish up the eyes. I already have highlighter, as you guys could see in the reflection with the light, but guys, I want to really glow. It's the new year, you know, it's the end of the decade. We gotta go out with a bang, and I really want my makeup to look poppin' in all my pictures and all my videos, so I'm gonna add a little bit of this loose highlighter pigment from Il Maquillage. It's actually in the shade Satin, so do be careful because it is a loose powder highlighter, so it could get pretty messy. I'm just gonna go in with a super tiny brush like this, dust off the excess, and apply it to the inner corners. Now this does have a little bit of a pinky reflexive tone to it, so it's gonna add a little bit of dimension and a little bit of extra shine and shimmer to the inner corners. If you want, you can add it to the lower brows, like the brow arch, but to be honest, I don't really wanna do that. I wanna keep it kind of matte. I wanna wet it, just once. And I am gonna apply it on the rest of my face, like my nose and stuff, to really get that pigment out of the highlight.
This doesn't make noise. My feet doing this.
I hear that. Living at home where your studio is equals people making noise.
Wow. $2,000 a month for a studio.
You're filming. Alright guys, let's move on to the lips and get this makeup look over with. I'm going to be taking these two lip products from Charlotte Tilbury. They sent this over and I am obsessed with this lip combo. This is the lip liner in the shade Pillow Talk and the corresponding lipstick. It's a beautiful pinky nude and you guys are going to love it. I always like to overdraw my lips a little bit, so we're going to go like this. And then I go back to my natural lip line up here. The perfect pinky nude. I'm obsessed with it. It's so beautiful. You guys can definitely put whatever lip color you want. I actually went and left you guys a little quick video on my Instagram, Gabriella Catano, where you guys could see 3 different lipsticks with this makeup look for New Year's Eve. If you guys want to go check that out. Wouldn't be a complete CATANO GLAM New Year's Eve look without a little bit more shimmer, glossy luminosity to this face. So I am taking the Alamar Cosmetics lip gloss from the Desnudas collection in the shade Coqueta. And we're just going to give it a little spritz of that rose gold face mist thing from Farsali. It is a skin mist and I'm obsessed with this. I think it's really pretty. And just to let you guys know, this spray does give a little bit of luminosity to your skin. So if you have oily skin or if you want more of a matte look for whatever reason, then don't use this spray and definitely use a different one, like the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. That one is great if you want a different option. Alright guys, well that is it. This is my last tutorial of 2019, the end of a decade. I cannot believe that I am here with you guys on my English channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you have already subscribed, if you like this look, leave a comment down below. Let me know what your plans are for New Year's Eve, if you would wear a look like this, because it's definitely on the glam side. But I always say that, you know, going out with a bang is a great way to start the new year. So happy 2020. Thank you for being supporters if you are subscribed to my channel. If you are not subscribed, we'll take this moment to click the subscription button right here down below, and also the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post, which is usually about once a week. So you're not going to get too many notifications. Don't worry about that. Si quieren ver este video en español, recuerden que tengo otro canal que se llama CATANO GLAM. Alright, and I will also see you guys over on my Instagram. I just reached 40K, so I'm super excited over about that. And I have over 15,000 followers on my makeup page. If you guys want to see more makeup content, if you want a little bit more of me throughout your week, go ahead and follow me on those pages as well. And I will see you guys next time. Again, happy 2020, happy new year. I wish you guys all the best, and I will see you in the new decade.